Good evening, team. Testing, testing. Perfect. We're sounding good. Let me know if you guys need me to fix my mic or anything. If I'm low, should be good though. Should be good. Let me know. Gonna give everybody a few minutes here before we start. Give it about 3 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Should be a pretty fast session today. I'm not gonna lie. Um, some good moves today, some not so good, but it's all good, right? Not too much to update on the charts, so it's definitely not gonna be. It shouldn't be longer than 45 minutes. Also, we have new people today who joined who are gonna need some visuals, right? They're not fluent in English, so I'm definitely going to, on the pairs that look good, I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and draw things out, make a visual for everybody. Um, and that'll help as well to the people who are new, who don't really, who can't really see everything as fluid as we can. And and yeah, we're gonna give everybody another minute and a half here to join, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you guys have any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over, whether or not they're on our list, the ones we're gonna focus on the stream are the ones that you see with the red flag. But again, if you guys have any other pairs you guys want me to go over, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. Anything you guys need me to explain, anything you guys need me to draw out, anything you guys don't see that I'm talking about and you need me to show you a visual, visual representation of it, let me know. And we'll get started. I'm gonna give everybody another minute. Look at the chat real quick. Anybody took any trades today in the chat? No, not today. The only pair that really gave a nice entry today was Bitcoin, and I wasn't even home for that. I had to go change my tires of my car, and I was not looking at the charts. But it gave a beautiful entry, exactly what we always want to look for. It says no data. I don't even know if you guys could hear me. Test. Perfect. For some reason, that's just said no data. Like what? All right. 30 more seconds. We're gonna get started. What's good, Muhammad? Welcome to the stream, my brother. Good evening, man. Hope you had a great day. Fantastic day. What about you? It's been a pretty good day too. Aside from, I took longer at the mechanic than I wanted to. I thought I was gonna be home before fucking 4 p.m. I ended up getting here at literally 4 p.m. So, I didn't get to see the charts for the end of the day to see if we could get those entries. But it's all good. I didn't even look at EU. What did EU continue to do? We'll see that before. Or we'll look at this first before anything else. So not too bad. Right? That entry that was given, price went up a little bit, went right back down. Right? So it's a good thing we didn't take those trades. We know exactly what to look for. Right? But I hope that makes sense, right, Mohammed, this morning for what I was explaining on EU. Hope that made sense as to why I didn't take this trade and why this trade is, what a lot of traders would call a probability trade, right? We don't do that here. We don't trade probabilities. There's no such thing as probabilities in trading. We're not at a casino. We're not, again, if I wanted to be a probabilities person, I'd go to the casino. Hard Rock is right next to my house, and we'll go hit the slots, right? We'll go play poker. We'll go, not poker. Poker's a little bit more of a skill, but we'll go hit a slot, right? We'll go put everything on black if we wanted to play a probabilities game. That's not, that's not what trading is. I would have taken it if I didn't get it. Perfect. Yeah, man, that's really all it is. We focus on market structure. We focus on the reasons as to why trading, in different areas, right? Again, or I would have just gotten to the top of the zone. Yeah, that too, right? Understanding that it even goes back to what we were looking at. What day is it today? Wednesday? I don't even know what day today is, right? It's like even for that trade for EA or ECAD, whatever it was, either yesterday or Monday. I don't remember what day it was. You could take these aggressive trades, but understanding that we have to be realistic with what we're looking at, right? We know price is consolidating, price isn't trending. So if we get into a trade in consolidation, where are we looking to take profit? The top of the zone. But is also what we were saying, right? A trade we would have taken here with a 12 pip stop loss isn't worth it when our take profit is only 5 pips. It just doesn't make sense. There's no margin, there's no risk to reward there. It's less than a 101 trade, and I don't trade one-to-ones. It's not worth it to me. So understanding these zones, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful fucking thing. So good job today staying disciplined. Right, great trades for the rest of the week anyway. You had really good trades at the beginning of this week. You had really good trades last week. So we really don't have to rush into any trades. We really don't have to. If we wait for the opportunities to come to us, that's all it takes. I'm gonna give everybody another 20 seconds here, and then we're gonna go get started. But again, any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, again, we're gonna give everybody another few seconds here to join, and then we're gonna get started. We're gonna start off with AU. The first couple pairs, well, I won't do it with the first couple pairs. I'm gonna just do it with, like I said, I'm gonna do it with the pairs that look the best. We're gonna go ahead and kind of break those down a little bit. Draw a little visual representation for everybody too, and then gonna get started. So AU, let's go to the daily time frame. First things first, where are we overall in the market? What are we doing? What is price doing? How is it reacting to the zones? So we know that we are in A2. A2, we're looking for the third push to the bottom to go into peak low territory. We know that we're in a zone of consolidation from the top to the bottom, right? In the overall daily time frame, we're in a consolidation at the bottom of consolidation, right? As traders, again, we say this every stream, but we're gonna go ahead and draw this out, right? You have two different type of moves in the market. You have when price is ranging, right? A lot of people will call this a range. Some people will call it consolidating, consolidation. It's all the same thing, right? You either have price ranging, where it's just moving sideways, or you have when price is trending, when it's giving you higher highs and higher lows to go up, or lower lows and lower highs going short, right? Once you realize and once you're able to see, okay, we know we want to look for price to go down when we are in an overall downtrend. When you're consolidating, do you want to look for shorts, right? Do you want to look for sells at the top of the zone to go down, or do you want to look for sells when you're at the bottom? That's the number one thing you have to ask yourself. When you're in a consolidation going short, when you're looking to sell, you want to take those sells at the top of the zone, not at the bottom. So once we realize, okay, in the overall market makers pattern, right now, where are we in AU? We're at the bottom of consolidation. That should already tell you, okay, cool. I know for a fact at this point right now is not the best place to look for a trade. So let's zoom it in a little bit. We start going to the 4 hour, right? In the 4 hour, we could see, okay, yes, we're at the bottom of consolidation in the daily time frame, but in the 4 hour, we could see that we also have a little internal zone of consolidation, which is again what? When we're in consolidation, do you want to look for sells at the top of the zone, or do you want to look for sells at the bottom? Do you want to look for sells at the top of the zone, or do you want to look for sells at the bottom? Do you want to look for sells at the top of the zone? Once we could see that, and we could see that price is at the top of the zone, Now we go to the 30-minute time frame, which we go into the trade that we took in the beginning of the week, right on Tuesday. At the top of the zone, once we reached our 4-hour high, that's it. At the top of the zone, we rejected the highs 1, 2, 3 times. Once we rejected those highs, what did price do? Whoop, right back to the bottom. At this point, we know we had a day of a day of drop yesterday. Today, we had a second day of drop. What are we looking for now? We're looking for a 372. Understanding that overall market structure still is higher high, higher low. Price broke here, gave us a higher high. What are we doing now? Price rejected the tops and started going down. Why wouldn't I be comfortable taking this trade? Here where we're at is because we're in the middle of our 30-minute high and 30-minute low. We're in the middle of that zone. Price is still making higher highs and higher lows. Yes, even though internally we could see lower lows and lower highs, lower lows, the overall market structure is still higher high and higher low. On top of that, this is where the break happened. So we know that we want to see price break these lows. Did we break these lows? No. All of these candles here are testing. These are all testing candles. This isn't a confirmed break. So the fact that we're just testing these lows is also telling me, okay, maybe price isn't going to give us this 372, and we're still looking for price to do what? To get away from the bottom of consolidation, get us to the top so we could look for these safety trades from the top going back down to the bottom. Now, could price continue to push to the bottom side? Absolutely. That would be very ideal. Would love to see price continue the push to the bottom side and give us that break. But because we don't have a solid confirmation, we don't have price giving us a change of character or a break of structure going short, this is why these continuation trades don't make sense. So AU will continue to look at it, right? This is going to be one that we're going to look at for tomorrow. And I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. I'll explain it again, as much as I can, as best as I can. But that's the easiest way I could explain that is just like that. Like, yes, we know that overall we're in a downtrend. We understand that we have a 2 days of drop. But for this third day, for this 372 to work out, we need to follow the trend. Are we following price action? Are we following market structure? At this moment, we're not. Going short, this is just a pullback, right? Remember, when we're trending, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. In a higher high, which is where we're at now, again, higher high, higher low. You could trade going counter. You could trade against the trend going from higher highs to higher lows going short, right? We could go higher high to look for shorts to make a higher low. Stream keeps freezing. Oh, man. Why is that? I don't know. Let me see. On my end, let me look at OBS, my bad. I'm not dropping any frames. I hear myself. It says excellent connection on YouTube as well, stream health. Yeah, I don't. If my thing was freezing and dropping, it would tell me on my screen. Not freezing on my end. Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah, let me know if the stream continues to freeze. Your internet, I think. Okay, no problem. What's good, Massey? Welcome to the stream, my brother. So that's the yeah, I lost my train of thought. It's all good. That's the consensus with this one, right? We're BRB gonna reset my router. All right, no problem. I'll take it slow. I know you like which pair do you? GCAD and EA. Damn, that's the next one. I kind of want to wait for you because I know those are the two trades that you like two pairs that you like watching too. So we're still trading between the higher high and higher low. So taking these shorts, yes, they're good because we know that we're looking for, we'll draw it out like this, right? Right now in this chart, this circle here is this circle down here is this, right? This circle up here is this up here, and right now we're doing this move down here. So when we're drawing out market structure, we know that when we're just drawing the line, just straight lines like this, we know that when we're looking at it from candlesticks, what's really into these lines are lower, just higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. And then vice versa, when we're going down, we're looking at lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So at this moment, yes, even though we could still see lower low, lower high, lower low, we could still see that this lower low, lower high could just be the pullbacks to then continue to make higher high and higher low. I hope that makes sense. I hope these visuals make it a little bit easier too to kind of understand what it is that we're looking at and why we're looking at it the way that we are. So I want to wait for Muhammad, but I also don't want to have, I don't know how long it's going to take for him to reset his router. Yeah, again, if you guys have any questions, if you guys need me to explain something again, let me know. If not, we're just gonna go ahead and continue to go on. So at this point, what am I looking for on AU? You know, I would love to continue to look for these shorts, but I can't be comfortable continuing to trade shorts, understanding that we still are within the higher highs and the higher lows. So at this point, AU, we're gonna keep looking at it, right? We'll look at this tomorrow morning, see how it continues to develop. If we see that we have an internal shift where we start making lower lows and lower highs again, and we have an engulfing candle or some other confirmation where we know that we could at least take this trade from here to here for a third day low, then we'll take it. And if it's worth it, right? Because AU is one of those pairs that it only moves about 30 to 40 pips a day. Looking at STP, 58 pips as ADR. So if stop loss and take profit isn't worth it, right? I'm not, same thing from today with EU, right? I'm not going to take a trade that only has 5 pips left of take profit to then have a stop loss at 12, 20 pips. It doesn't make sense. It wouldn't even be worth it at that point. So we'll continue. If I know Muhammad will let me know if he wants to see anything else. So EA, let's go to the daily time frame. Looking good too. EA, we know that we are in an overall market makers pattern uptrend, right? We have the double bottom, we have push number 1, first zone, push number 2, second zone of consolidation. Where are we? Between our daily high, 4-hour high, and our daily low and our 4-hour low, we're in the middle of that consolidation. So not the best place to look for a trade. If we zoom in, we know that we have 2 months where price gave us a drop. This month being the 3rd month already gave us a new low, swept the lows. We could see that here in the 4-hour. Again, if we zoom in the 4-hour, we know that we're consolidating these highs and these lows. And we can see that, okay, yeah, price kind of gave us this little break of the lows. But understanding that, again, even in the 4-hour, we have 2 weeks of drop. This week being the 3rd week, the fact that price gave us a new low and started pushing back to the top side, this could just be the sweep of the lows, making traders believe that we're going to continue to make lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low. And this is going to be where price is going to flip to continue to push to the top side from the bottom of consolidation in the 4-hour time frame, which we could see. In the 30-minute, we could see how this sweep gave us lower low, lower high, broke, gave us lower low, lower high. We can see that these lows broke here, and then gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low, to then a break of structure, higher high, to where we're at now, higher low. Using all the confluences that we have, we know that to look for price level 3 to give us that push to the top side, we want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. It's just another confluence, right? Is the EMA, are EMAs good indicators to use every single time? No, it's not, but it's just like anything else. If you see a double top or a double bottom, if you see a double bottom at the top, if you see, I'm sorry, let's say we're consolidating. I'll draw this out. You're consolidating. If you're at the top of the zone and you see a double bottom at the top of the zone, are you going to take that double bottom at the top of the zone? If you take a double bottom at the top of the zone, right, which means an uptrend, again, do you want to buy at the top of the zone, or do you want to sell at the top of the zone? Vice versa, do you want to buy at the bottom of the zone, or do you want to sell at the bottom of the zone? So understanding that the market is going to throw these little fake outs, right? They're going to give you double bottoms. They're always going to give you double bottoms and double tops. But if you're not trading in the right zone, that's what's going to mess you up. So understanding that not only are we at the bottom of consolidation, not only are we bouncing off the 50 EMA, which is exactly what we want to see, not only do we have a change of character and a break of structure and a pullback, we also have the Fibonacci retracement. We have a 50% Fibonacci retracement that's right on the 50 EMA. Not only that, let's zoom in, and we could do so much here in this into this chart. Price at this point from what time is this on the chart? Let me see. 1 p.m. right? Price is just consolidating. So it'll just be super simple for us. Right? This is what we would consider E special. Back all good now? Perfect. Right? The E special is price consolidating. All we want to see is price break above. Once we get that break, get a retest to continue that push to the top side. That's going to be the easiest trade today. Now, could this go ahead and go counter? We could argue and say that it can, based on the pullback that we had at the end of the day. It's a steep pullback. So could price still reject these highs? It can. But that's why we're going to wait. We got to wait for our confirmations. Right? We're not going to get into a trade, oh, because it's on the EMA, or oh, because we have a Fibonacci retracement. That's not how that works. You need to have some sort of confluence, some type of rules being followed that lets you know that price is going to continue to go up. Whether that's an engulfing candle, whether that's a type 1, type 2, or type 3 pattern, you need to have some sort of confirmation outside of just the EMAs, outside of just your Fibonacci's, outside of just your harmonic patterns, to be able to get into trades that you know are going to be winning trades. So let's keep going. EURCAD, again, if you guys have any questions, anything you guys need me to explain again, let me know. Daily time frame on EURCAD, we are in V1 at the top of consolidation. Looking for buys. Top of consolidation is not where I want to be. We have a month of rise. On the week, we have a week of rise. Looking good. If this week we could finish, what do I want to see? Right, first and foremost, in consolidation in the 4-hour chain between this low and this high, we're at the top of the zone. We could already see that in the 4-hour. What did price do? Price swept the highs and gave us an engulfing candle right back to the bottom. But structurally, we still see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So what am I looking for? Putting the pieces of the puzzle together. If we get a week of rise this week, could we be expecting that third week next week? Yes. But what's going to be my confirmation of that is going to be if price this week, right? It's already Wednesday, it's Thursday. If price could come up and break these highs and give us a pullback before market closes on Friday, we know that starting next week, we could take these higher low trades to go right back to the top. And we know that we could take profit here at the top of the third week high. And this is just putting the pieces of the puzzle together. We could already, it's Wednesday and we're already talking about what's going to happen next week. Not based on guesses, not based on what I feel about the market. No. Basing it on market structure, price action, and candlesticks. It's as simple as that. So at this point, now that we know we're at the top of the zone, go to the 30-minute, we can still see price giving us higher high, higher low, higher high, where price then gave us this small low. Now, do I want to count this as a pullback and say higher high, higher high, lower low, lower high? No. I'm not going to count that. I'm going to say that this is all part of the same trend because this isn't a significant pullback. This is all part of the same trend and we're trading between this high what time frame do you use for confirmation? It depends, right? Usually it's the 30-minute, right? The 30-minute is the time frame to really look at it when we're talking about entries. But it depends on structure. If you know, we can go back to the daily time frame, right? Let's put everything together. We know that we're looking for the push to the top side and we're in level 2. In level 2, we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA. In this case, in the daily time frame, we could go and we could use every single time frame, right? The time frames I use, the daily, the 4-hour, the 30-minute. That's really to look at structure and look for confirmations. Do I use the 15, the 5, and the 1 minute? It depends on the pair. If I'm looking at a bigger pair, one that moves really fast, right, with a lot of movement, with a lot of volume, for example, GBPJPY, gold, US30, right, any of the indexes, any of the metals, or any of those Forex pairs that have a high ADR above 100 pips, I'll be looking at the lower time frames. But, you know, the confirmations, it depends what you're looking for. So when I'm looking for, I'll give you the example of a few things. If we get a daily break of structure, I'll be looking at the daily time frame to look for a daily, daily pullback, whether that's a fib or whatever the case is. Same thing. I know that I'm looking for level 2 rises on this pair to go up. I'm looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. So if we start trending like we were here at this point, we were trending when we're right on the 200 EMA, right? Bouncing off the 200, went up, went back down, bounced off the 200, went up, right back down, 200 to go up. So you could go from time frame to time frame. Same thing in the 4 hour. Right, in the 4 hour, once we started trading above, boom, bounce off the 200 to continue the push to the top side. Same thing in the 30. Right, if we notice the 30 minute, we had the first push, price went up, went down, 200, went up, went back down, kind of disrespected it. We had the 800 EMA, all the EMAs were bunched up, then it continued to go. So you could go from, the easiest way to answer this question, it really is, depends on where price is moving. If price, for example, we already know we're reaching a 4 hour high, so we know that we're going to be looking at this from that 4 hour time frame. We knew that at one point, when price was down here, we knew that the range, or the area as to where price wanted to go, is going to be the top of the 4 hour high. That 4 hour break is going to be a confirmation on whether or not price is going to continue the uptrend, or if it's going to do what we were talking about, where it sweeps the highs, right? It does a little fake out to the top, make everybody believe that this is a break of structure, which is not, and then it continues to go down, right? Making everybody believe that everybody was gonna, or making everybody believe that price was gonna break, give us a break of structure retest to continue the push to the top side. It faked everybody out and went down. But for the most part, a lot of the confirmations are just done in the 30-minute time frame. You could put all the pieces. I'm looking at the exact same thing. The easiest way I could explain this, I'm looking for the exact same thing on every single time frame. It just looks different. You have more candlesticks in the 30-minute, obviously, than you would have in the 4 hour. You have more candlesticks in the 4 hour time frame than you have in the daily time frame. But I'm looking for the same moves. I'm looking for the same higher highs, higher lows. I'm looking for the same breaks. I'm looking for the same EMA bounces. I'm looking for the same engulfing candles. It just looks a little bit different, right? I hope that makes sense. Again, if it doesn't, let me know. I'll try to explain it in a better way. But that's really the best way I could explain it. Is if you stick to, it doesn't even matter on the strategy, right? Even if you're trading, let's talk about imbalances, or not even imbalances, fair value gaps, right? If you're looking for a fair value gap, what time frame are you looking for that fair value gap? Is that fair value gap only valid in the daily time frame? Is it only valid in the 4 hour? Is it only valid in the 30 or 15-minute time frame? Or can you look at fair value gaps in a higher time frame to understand, okay, this is maybe where price is going to pull back? So, you could use each time frame differently, but you could be looking for the same confirmations in every time frame. So if again, to make it a little bit more easier, I'm just trying to put my thoughts together, right? If I give you a set of rules, let's just talk about the EMA, since that's what we've been talking about. That's the kind of where we're at. Which again, I would not advise people to just use EMAs as an entry. It's not a good idea. I have it on my screen because it's more of a, it's like training wheels in the market. It gives you an idea as to where price is going to pull back to. Is it a good indicator to have on the screen? Yes, but it's just like any other indicator. No indicator is 100%. An indicator is just what that is. It's an indicator. It's a tool that allows us, it gives us the opportunity to be like, okay, look, we understand this is where price could go to. If price reaches, it's just like coding. I was explaining that to somebody today. It's like computer science, like coding. If this, then that. If that, then this. And if it doesn't follow your rules, it's just not going to work out. Oh, what did I do? Right? If you input a wrong code in anything, if you're making a website, if you're making a video game, whatever it is, if you input a wrong code, it's not going to work. It's the same thing in trading. If I tell you, okay, we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA. Cool. Is price there? Yes. Same thing. Okay, if price reaches here, then I'll be looking for something else. Whether that's an engulfing candle, whether that's a lower time frame change of character break of structure, because even that right now we're still making lower low, lower high, lower low. So why would we be looking for buys when price is still making lower lows, lower highs? Now, let's say price continues and makes lower high, lower low, lower high, and then on the 200 EMA, what does it do? Lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, gives us a change of character. Higher high, higher low gives us a break of structure. We know we could take this trade to continue the push to the top side. Or if price gives us an engulfing candle, what would that look like? I'll draw it out. An engulfing candle going up, I would want to see a red candle. Let's draw it out like this. Right? If we could get an engulfing candle which looks like this on the 200 EMA, which will draw white, and we get a red candle, a red candle. Oh man, that's not what I wanted to do. And then a green candle, and we could get a retest where price comes back down and gives us a retest of the zone. Then we know we could take this trade to go back up. So it just depends. What you gotta make sure you have reasons as to why you're taking trades, right? If you're only taking trades because it reached the 50%, or because it reached a EMA, or because it's in the 30-minute high or 30-minute low, but you still trade when price is making lower. If you want to look for price to go up, you want to see higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. If you get into a trade going long, if you buy a trade, if you get into a buy position and price is still making lower lows and lower highs, what do you think price is going to do? It's going to continue to go down. It's going to continue to do lower lows and lower highs. But if you wait for those confirmations, if you wait for price to turn around and give you those higher highs and higher lows, you'll be in a better position getting into those trades. I hope that made sense too. I'll go ahead and delete some of this. I want to make sure I have everything clean set up for tomorrow. So we know that we're still trading higher high, higher low, and higher high. We know that we still got the pullback, so it's looking good. At this point, same thing as what we were saying before. Would I personally look for a trade on EURCAD? Not anymore. I would love to take a trade from the bottom to the top. Beautiful. We did that all of last week. Now that we're at the top of the zone, the only way I'll take a trade here is when we break these highs. Once we could break these 4-hour highs, which is, again, I'm pretty sure if it happens, it's gonna happen by the end of this week, obviously. Going into next week, we already know we could find easy trades to continue the push to the top side. Right, so let's go back and go on to the next one. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, we're just going to continue to go until we're finished, and then we'll go on from there. So let's use all that analogy that we were talking about to go and talk about EU. So EU at this moment, V1, looking for price to give us that second push to the top side. We know that we're trading between this daily high up here and this daily low down here. In consolidation, right now, we can see that price has reached the bottom. Right? It reached the bottom of the zone and then started going up. Now, understanding that price, even though it's at the bottom of consolidation, which we could see, we understand that price could always come back down to the lowest part of consolidation, which is the daily low. And this is where we want to start seeing price go back up. So understanding that we just need to follow structure. Let's zoom in a little bit, go into the 4-hour. We can see that price is doing what still? Lower low, lower high, right? Broke here, gave us a lower low. So we could still see price making lower lows and lower highs. Once we got into the lower low, which is down here, yeah, we could have gotten simple trades going into the higher highs. We could see we have 2 weeks of rise. But again, am I expecting this third week to be given to where price is going to go up? I'm not expecting it. Why? Because we're still within the lower low and the lower high. Could this push to the top side just be another lower high for price to continue this downtrend push and go into the daily low down here? Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. So when we put all of those pieces together and we start realizing, okay, cool, we're still in these lower lows and lower highs. Price is still giving us this push to the top side is still just the lower high. We go to the 30-minute and we start seeing, okay, cool. Look how price is reacting. You see all these crazy candles, see all these wicks. At one point, you think price is going to continue to make higher highs and higher lows, and then boom, it melts right back to the bottom. And then boom, it goes right back to the top, and then boom, goes right back to the bottom. And then, okay, it starts consolidating, and then boom, goes right back to the bottom. Comes back down to the middle. Gives a pullback, then goes, boom, high to the top. Right? So when we're looking at market structure, we could see that price was still making lower low, lower high, lower low, up until we had a change of character, higher high. What's our confirmation that price is going to continue to go up? It's not just a change of character. Again, it's when we get a change of character and a break of structure. So I'll give you this example. This is where price opened up on Monday. Let's say price before market, or let's even just say on Monday. If price on Monday, well, I can't say that because then our third week high would have been, well, no, we'll say this because either way we could look at it the same way. Let's say price, I want to make this look a little bit cleaner so it can make sense because I don't want to confuse anybody. But just to give the analogy, right? Let's say price on Monday would have given us a break of structure above and then given us a pullback. We would 100%, we would have, our best, yeah, I got you. This is the example for today. This engulfing candle that we had today, which happened here, if we would have had a break of structure and then we would have had this pullback and price would have given us this engulfing candle, we would have 100% taken this trade here and held this to continue that push to the top side. But because price only gave us a change of character and price rejected these highs and it started going back down, these buys here, again, what is price doing? Just keeping it simple. Low, lower, high, right? Let's start off from up here. Higher high, higher low. Lower high, equal low. Lower high, boom, lower low. So we know that we're still making lower lows and lower highs. When we zoom it in a little bit, either way, we can see that we're in a zone of consolidation. Price went to the bottom, rejected the bottoms. Went to the top, rejected the tops. Went back to the bottom here, rejected the bottoms. So at this moment, I'm not looking for EMA bounces. I'm not looking for Fibonacci retracements. I'm not looking for none of that. What I'm looking for is market structure. Once price breaks above these highs, cool, we know that we have clean traffic on the left-hand side where price could at least go up to here. And if price breaks these highs up here, then we know price is going to continue to go up. But until we don't get a confirmation that price is going to start going up, we can't get into any of these trades. Because again, price is still just making lower lows and lower highs. And for us to buy, what do we want to see? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. For price to go down, what do we want to see? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So until we don't get that change of character, until we don't get a break of structure, we're still just downtrending. Outside of that, we have 2 days of drop going counter against the trend. So EU is a pair where, again, I'm going to keep a close eye on it, but I'm not going to be, actively trading this until we get a confirmation that we're trading within the higher highs and the higher lows. Thanks for the explanation. No problem, my brother. GCAD daily time frame. Man, we're already 40 minutes into this and I've only done 4 pairs. This is the first time. Every time I do these sessions, I'm finished in 5 minutes, man. I know Muhammad hates that shit. He's like, why the fuck this guy finished so quick, man? Oh man. So GCAD daily time frame. Again, we know we're looking for V1. We're looking for price to go up. We're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. When we were at the bottom of the zone and price started trending to the top, what did we start doing? Higher high, higher low, 200 EMA to the top. When we're at the top, rejected, went back down, gave us a higher low. 200 EMA started going right back to the top side. Rejected the highs again, went right back down to where? The 200 EMA. So we could see in the daily time frame that also, on top of the fact that we're in this whole zone of consolidation, and we know that we're trading between this daily high and this daily low, we also could see that price here is consolidating. So same thing, when we go to the 4-hour now, is the exact same thing. We do this in every single pair is traded the exact same way. Every single pair has the same exact movements. Some of them might be downtrending while some of them are uptrending, but it's the exact same thing. Again, in consolidation, now that we know that we're in this zone of consolidation, let me delete some of these things. Right, we have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the 3rd week. We could see that already price gave us that new high with these wicks, and then price started going back down. At the top of consolidation, do we want to look for price to go up, or do we want to look for price to go down? To go down. We're not expecting price to go up at the top of consolidation. Unless what? Unless we start getting these breaks above the highs. So now that we know that, okay, yes, we have 2 weeks of rise, is the same exact scenario as EU. Yes, even though we have 2 weeks of rise and we should be expecting a 3rd week, where is that? Again, another analogy I could give you. It's the same thing as if I were to tell you market structure. At the top of the zone, we see a double bottom. At the top of the zone, are you going to take this double bottom at the top of the zone? Is the exact same thing? No, because you're not looking for buys at the top of the zone. You're looking for sells at the top of the zone. Unless you get a break of the top, and then you'll start looking for these double bottoms to continue that push to the top side. But until then, if you're still below the zone, what are they going to do? They're going to use a double bottom as a flip, and this is where people get faked out. This is where a lot of traders, oh, the market makers they have a GoPro in front of my screen. They know exactly when I enter. They're going to hit my stop losses. This is where a lot of people get faked out, because they can't see that, okay, if you're looking to go up, right, the infamous shit that every trader says that is a joke in the community, but it's facts. Sell highs and buy lows is the same thing. Buy lows, sell highs. Sell highs, right? Sell high, buy low. Sell high, buy lows. It's the exact same thing. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low. It doesn't get more simple than that. It really doesn't. But I understand that it's also a thing of, you gotta have the vision for it. You have to be able to see the charts to be able to analyze all of that. But if you start dissecting everything and putting it piece by piece by piece by piece by piece, and you just stay patient, because I think that's the biggest thing, especially with the world right now. We're so used to everything being fast, right? Short whatever it's called, the short content, right? All that bullshit that's just messing up our brain cycle. Like, most of us can't even sit down and read a book because it's too slow, it takes too long, it's too boring. That's the situation that we're in real life, and you can see that 99% of the people who try to get into trading, who have these problems in real life, have the same problems in trading. They have no discipline, they have no patience, right? They see something, I see a double bottom, I'm getting in, right? I see a double bottom, I'm getting in. You get in and you get faked out, right? So if you just apply the same rules in every single time frame and have an understanding that, okay, at the top of the zones, I don't want to look for buys at the top of the zones. I don't want to look for buys. And again, we could use the examples. Let's use the examples. At the top of the zone, right? Again, I love using examples. What do we have here? Right, let's zoom it in a little bit. I know this class is going to be a little long. I'm sorry, guys, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand everything that we're saying, right? What do we have here? Red, red, green, engulfing candle. Did we get the engulfing candle? Yes. Did we get the retest? Yes. Oh shit, but price fucking fell. Why? Because this is the same thing as a double bottom at the top of the zone. I'm not looking for an engulfing candle going long, right? I'm not looking for a green engulfing candle at the top of the zone, because I understand that this is the top of the zone. This is where price is going to sell off, going against the trend. So this is why this engulfing candle didn't work out in the long term. It went up for a little bit and then it melted. Granted, this is also the 4-hour time frame, so these are all 4-hour candles. So if you didn't take profit at the top of the zone and you thought that, oh, price is going to continue to make higher high, higher low, higher high, and just continue to go up to the moon, you know, because I don't know what fantasy world traders live in sometimes. You know, you got faked out and price ended up just going right back down to the bottom. Right? It ended up all the way back down to the bottom. Right? So here, what do we have? At the bottom of the zone, again, at the bottom of the zone, what do we have? A double bottom, right? The break of the double bottom, the retest, perfect. At the bottom of the zone, double bottom, re-entry to the top. Is perfect. What's good, Lorenzo? Welcome to the stream, my brother. Tapped in. Appreciate that, man. So it's the same thing, right? And there's a whole bunch of confluence down here. We have an engulfing candle here. We have an engulfing candle here. So many opportunities. But understanding that, okay, if you're at the bottom of the zone in an uptrend, that's your safety trade. That's where you want to be able to take these trades. When you're at the top of the zone in an uptrend, that's not a safety trade. That's not the place where you want to take a trade. You want to be patient and wait it out. If price gives you an opportunity, if it gives you a break of structure, if price is making higher highs and higher lows, and you know that you could see that price is obviously still moving up, then yes, you could take those trades at the top. Perfect, because you know it's going to break and it's going to continue to go. Until then, you just have to wait it out. And again, there's 50 other pairs to look at, which is something else that, you know, we could tap into that later. I'm not, you know, but if you're one of those traders that just look at one pair, you have to be able to look at market structure. You have to be able to look at market structure. Because if you turn into one of those traders that only looking at one pair, for example, if you're only looking at gold or you're only looking at GJ, you're going to be buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell in one zone without knowing why you're taking those buys. Why are you taking those sells? And then you look at your ledger, out of those 10 trades, you only won 2 of those trades. And then at the end of the day, you go, oh, trading is fake. It's not real. It's too difficult. Right? So, now that we know that we're at the top of the zone, we could see the fake out. We could see that price might not want to continue that push to the top side. Let's go to the 30-minute. And let's analyze the 30-minute and how price is moving. Right? We could see that price here in the 30-minute now. We're also in a zone of consolidation. We could see that price overall is still making high, low, high, and then it went back down. Boom. Broke here, gave us a lower low. So we know that we're trading between this lower low and this high up here. And we can see that now that price is at the top of the zone, what is price doing in the 30 minutes? It's just consolidating, moving sideways. So now this is where we could start taking advantage of these trades. If at the bottom of the zone, same thing as trading, if this then that, at the bottom of the zone, what do we still see? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Until if I don't get a change of character, at this point, this is the high that we want to see big broke. Let's say price trails. I'm not getting into any of these trades going long until we break above here. I'm not doing it. Now, could price make lower low, lower high, lower low, and then give us a smaller change of character, break of structure to continue the push to the top side? Of course, that could always happen. If we get any confirmation that price is turning around to continue this push from the bottom of the zone back to the top, then we know we could take those trades. But until then, again, we still understand that we're trading between this high and this low. We're still making lower lows and lower highs externally. So I'm not waiting for price to continue to go up on this one. Just got to be patient with it. So at this point too, we can see price is just moving sideways. We have no continuations. Price is literally the last 3 days moving sideways. It's going up, going right back down to the bottom. Consolidation, move sideways. Went to the bottom, went to the top, then went right back to the middle. Right? Opened again the next day, which is today. Went to the top, went to the bottom, went to the top, went to the bottom, went right back to the middle. To where price opened. Price closed exactly where price opened. So there's still no confirmation telling us that price is turning around. There's no higher highs and higher lows. Price is simply just moving sideways. It's just moving sideways. So we're gonna wait for those confirmations. GJ, daily time frame, peak high territory. So you'll see that some pairs where are we? We're just in the highest point or we're in the lowest point. Trades like, or pairs like GJ, US30, gold, we're in peak high territory, meaning that we're in the highest point in the market. We have really no structure to go off of besides the structure that we currently have on our screen. So we know that we're still seeing higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And where are we? We're in the middle between our daily highs and our daily lows. We zoom in, go to the 4-hour time frame. We can see that higher high, higher low, price consolidated, right? Move sideways until we had this push to the top side and give us a higher high. Right now, we could see again 4-hour high, 4-hour low. We're in the middle of that. No continuations in the week. So again, not the best place to look for a trade. In the middle of the zone, this is where the market makers are collecting contracts. In a zone of consolidation, right? What's consolidation? What makes up? That's another thing. What makes up consolidation? What is a consolidating zone? It's a zone where the market makers are collecting contracts. Again, making people believe that when we're consolidating, right? Making them believe that, okay, price is moving sideways, it started going up. Making everybody believe this is where you're going to go buy, and then it goes and sells. Making everybody believe that, oh, we had strong sells, we broke the lows, I'm going to start selling here, and then goes right back to the top and does the same thing. Oh, we're going to buy here, and it just goes right, collecting contracts. Tapping everybody in and out of trades. Until what? Until we got a break of structure. And now this is where we want to start looking for those buys to continue to go. But again, that's in the 30-minute time frame. We understand overall market structure. We're also still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this be, again, let's put a line from, well, no, we'll do it with the drawing. It's all good. We understand that this zone here is where price wants to most likely pull back to make a lower high, to continue and make a lower low. So would I be looking for these trades? Absolutely not. I want to wait for a confirmation. When price is still making lower lows and lower highs, I don't want to look for buys. So, and on top of everything else, we're in peak high territory. I don't like trading in peak high territory. I don't like trading in peak low territory. Is not a safe place to take a trade. Could it be given? Absolutely. Internally, we have lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low, and this is where price gave us the break of structure. So I'm gonna update this just to just to keep it updated, but we do have that break of structure. But understanding that we have this break of structure in the internal time frame, going from a lower low to a lower high. So am I expecting price to continue this push to the top side again? Absolutely not. I am not expecting it to be given. So I know that I'm still trading between, at this point, right? We know that we're trading between this high up here, the last green candle before the push down. I'm gonna mark this zone here, and these lows. So we'll start looking for our confirmation. In peak high territory, what do we want to see? We want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. And we can see that in the 30-minute, okay, we're on the 50. But we also know that all the EMAs right now are bunched up together. So that's going to tell me two things too. I also want to start looking for our retracement with the fib. If we could get price to pull back to the 50% fib, then we could have a potential trade. Before that, there's nothing. We have a day of rise, all good. So we'll let this one go for right now. If price could give me that pullback into the zone, then I'll start looking for a trade. Doesn't mean that as soon as price enters, I'm entering. Or as soon as price gets into here, I'm entering. No. When price enters here, is it going to give me a higher high and higher low? Is it going to give me an engulfing candle? Is it going to give me an exhaustion candle? Is it going to sweep the lows? Right? There's a whole bunch of confluence that we could start tapping into and we could really start looking into. But we have to wait for price to give us a confirmation as to what it wants to do. If you enter a trade before that, you're gambling. Again, you have a better chance at going to a casino, sitting down at the table, and putting $1,000 on black. That's exactly what you're doing here. It's just in that probability realm of trades. You have to be able to learn and you have to be able to avoid that. That's all that really is. So GJ, we already know what we're going to look for. That's good. Again, if you guys need me to explain anything, let me know. Doesn't bother me. I know a lot of people don't like to repeat themselves. I'm one of those people, but I don't mind. I promise, I don't mind. I'm not gonna yell at you for not understanding something, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to learn, and nothing more. So we can still see on GU we have higher high, higher low, higher high. We're at the bottom of the zone, 30-minute zone. We can see internally we're still in lower low, lower high, lower low. At the bottom of the zone, yes, we can see that price tapped into it, but it's not a strong low anymore. Why? Why is this not a strong support? Because we already used it for this trade last week to price to go up. So the fact that price went back down to this low makes me believe that this isn't a strong support zone to start looking for buys. So let's look at the daily time frame in the 4 hour. Where are we? Right? Now that we can see, okay, cool, we're in V1 looking for price to go up, looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. We could see that right now we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation again, collecting contracts. Not the best place to look. Also, what do we see? When we zoom into the 4 hour time frame, we can see that we were in a zone of consolidation. Not only were we in a zone of consolidation, but price broke below the zone of consolidation, and right now we're on the retest of that. Is this where price is gonna break, retest to continue to go down? It could happen. 100% it could happen. So this is why these trades on GU are also not the best trades to look for, because price still externally looking at the bigger time frame, and when we zoom out we could see it. When we zoom out we could see lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this just be that lower high to go and make a lower low? It could be, right? So same thing. This is one of those pairs where we're going to keep an eye on it, but we're not going to be actively trading. We have to wait for those confirmations. If we could get a break of these highs up here, this is where I'd want to start looking for price to continue that push to the top side. And then I'm not going to add this line here. So we're going to keep on. Only missing 4 more pairs and we're almost done. So again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, once we finish with these 4 pairs, we'll go offline and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live trading session. So US30 still making higher highs and higher lows. I don't like this candle. All good. Let's go to the daily time frame. Start off on the daily time frame. Peak high territory, as we said. Price is still just here at the top. We know we have these gaps at the top of the market. Again, US30 is the only one you'll see where I have these gaps marked up. Very important on US30. We have 2 weeks of rise. This week being the 3rd week already gave us this new high. Again, understanding that we are looking for price to continue this push to the top side to fill these gaps up before it starts going down. 30-minute time frame. Still making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, to where we're at now, higher high. Right, beautiful, beautiful moves. We're still now trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. We currently have just 1 day of rise, no continuations. We'll continue to look at this. Today was a beautiful type 1 pattern. What's a type 1 pattern? You turned into E today? Yeah, man. Hashtag where's E at? Yo, he called me today and I told him. I'm like, yo, we're in the stream. We're fucking... We made a new trend for you. Like, Finding Nemo? Nah, Finding E. Where's E at? That shit was hilarious. So what are we looking at? Today was just a simple type 1 pattern to go to the top side. What's a type 1 pattern? Price consolidates, breaks below consolidation, gives a double bottom, continues the trend to the top side. Push 1, push 2, push 3. Right? What's a type 2 pattern in an uptrend? Type 2 pattern in an uptrend, consolidation, break, retest to continue. A type 3 pattern. What's type 3 pattern in an uptrend? Consolidation, break, come back 50% of the zone to then continue to go up. What type pattern did we get? We got a type 1 pattern today. Right? Yesterday, what did we get? We got a type 2 pattern. Consolidation, break, retest to continue. The day before, what did we get? We got a type 2 pattern. Consolidation, break, retest to continue. Then price came right back down to where? The 50%, right? Turned into a type 3 pattern. Swept the lows beforehand and then went right back to the top. So So yeah, right now for US30, I'm not gonna be actively trading it again. PKI territory is not the best place to look for a trade. But if we get an opportunity tomorrow, again the same way we've been seeing this for weeks. If we could get an opportunity to get in the same way we got on Monday, you know, the same way we got last week, then we'll start looking for a trade. But at this point, we're just gonna continue to follow market structure, which is higher highs and higher lows. When is he coming, man? I don't know, man. I'm done giving y'all a date. Whenever he feels like it. He's he did his due diligence with this trading shit already. It's pretty much what he told me. Long story short, which is facts. He provided all of this information. He provided all of this for years. Since like I think he was doing the classes in what 2014, 2015. And he did it for a very long time. Again, like the people that you see in the Discord, for the most part, like 90% of the people that you see in the Discord were past students of his. Um, and again, even then, you could see it. Like the ones that are, for the most part, almost everybody in the chat are full-time traders or use trading as just a side hustle, right? For the most part, we have some people who, they love their job, they love what they do, and then they also have the time to trade, so they make double the money. And that's the reality for a lot of traders. We had this conversation yesterday. Like, yeah, trading, you could do so much with trading, which is awesome. If trading is all you want to do and you want trading to be your full-time job, you could do it because it's a skill that, realistically speaking, you're not sitting here from 9 to 5, right? Realistically speaking, you might be looking at the chart for 2 to 4 hours a day, and depending on how much skill you have and how much time you have in the charts, you could turn that down to just a few hours, being able to place your trades and just place your stop loss and take profit. So for him is different. For him, he's been doing this for a lot of years. So I think what January was like the only month where he really traded, and after that he's like, okay guys, well, I'll see you at the end of the year, pretty much. Because that's another thing. The beginning of the year is already everybody's birthday, my birthday, his birthday, his daughter's birthday. He's traveling, coming back and forth from the States to where he lives. So, but he'll come back. I know he will. But right now he has people over at his house for a few weeks. So he's also catering to those people. Has his kid, his newborn. Not a newborn anymore. Still a baby. So he's being a dad, he's just doing his thing. He's doing his thing. So when is he coming back? I don't know, man. I'm gonna buy one of those Batman lights. I'm gonna put the Batman logo on the sky, but instead of it being the Batman logo, I'm gonna put the Vice logo. Hashtag where's he at with the Vice logo on the sky until he comes back. I might do that. That would be a fucking dope ass investment. You imagine? You look up in the sky in Miami, all you see is the Vice logo. Yo, I might do that. That's crazy. You imagine? Yo. Alright, so US30, where are we? So PKI, yeah. Alright, so that's pretty much it for US30, right? So we're just gonna wait for market structure. Nothing really much to say there. USDCAD would be dope for real. That'd be crazy. USDCAD, alright, daily time frame. Again, V2, looking for that third push to the top. So here we have USDCAD, we have it drawn out. Exactly what we're looking for. What's market maker's pattern is this? Market maker's pattern is MAAW, right? Going from the top to the bottom, and then from the bottom to the top, you have WVVM, right? You have the first zone of consolidation, second zone of consolidation. So in the drawing, currently, where are we in the drawing? Currently, we're right here, right? It's all of this here. We're up here. What do we want to see? We want to see this, which is going to be when price gives us that third push. But again, understanding that we're at the top of the zone. At the top of the zone, do you want to buy or do you want to sell? At the bottom of the zone, do you want to buy or do you want to sell? At the top of the zone, at the bottom of the zone, at the top of the zone, at the bottom of the zone, at the top of the zone, where we're at now, right? So we could see that we had 3 months of rise. On the third month, gave us a rise in ONET. So we understood that we're looking for that fourth month variation, which was last month, to continue that push to the top side. Perfect. We reached these daily highs again. We made the new high, and then price rejected and went right back down. So we go to the 4-hour. In the 4-hour, same thing. We had 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, it was a rise draw. We were expecting that fourth week rise. Gave us another week of rise. Gave us 2 weeks of rise on the third week. Price gave us another week of rise. Perfect. At the top of the zone, once we reach the top of the zone, this is where we want to either look for price to break to continue, or this is where the rejections are going to happen, and that's exactly what happened. Price ended up going right back down. Gave us lower low, lower high, lower low here to where we're at. So at this moment, we still know that we are trading from the top of the zone. So this is where it gets tricky, right? And I say tricky because we're going to have all these confirmations, right? I think, Muhammad, you took this trade on USDCAD, right? Which is what we're talking about. At the bottom of this zone of consolidation in the lower time frame, what did we have? We had a rejection of the lows. Price went up, gave us a 4-hour engulfing candle, came back to the top, retested it. On top of the fact that we're on that 4-hour candle, that 4-hour engulfing, what did we get? We also got a 30-minute engulfing. This entry was given at 1 a.m., so obviously we didn't take these. But beautiful retest to continue to the top side. And then it gave you another opportunity here, but at that point we weren't looking at this pair anymore. I think 9 a.m. Right? It gave us a clean re-entry to continue that push to the top side. And again, now that we're at the top of the zone once again, am I looking for buys? Absolutely not. And we can see how price faked all these traders out, making them believe that this was where price was going to continue to go up, and then what ended up happening went right back down to the middle, or right back down to the entry point for the day, right? So it ended up giving us that no net, and we had a green 4-hour candle. Gold, dude, holy sh! What a long class today, huh? All right. Gold just moving sideways. We have a day of drop. We have 2 days of drop here. Am I looking for the third day? That'll be going into the daily time frame. Let's see. Daily time frame, peak high territory. We have 2 months of rise, but again, we are in peak high territory, so I'm not expecting another high this month, but it could happen. We have 2 weeks of drop. This week being the third week. Again, at the top of the zone. Am I expecting price? Speed it up. Bet is calling me, bro. I know that. That's another reason why I do this quick, because everybody fucking lives everywhere else. Nah, but I got you. Fucking 9 hours ahead of me, and you're still. You have passion, man. That ass. So okay, we can see here we're consolidating. Same shit. You know, again, and this gets repetitive because we're looking at the same thing. But I know, again, I understand that chart vision is a big thing, right? So again, we know that we're in consolidation. Right now we're in the middle of that zone of consolidation, so we're gonna have to wait it out, right? And going into the 30-minute, we can see that not only are we in the external consolidation, but now in the 30-minute, we've been consolidating for the last day and a half. So I'm not gonna be looking for any trades. Again, you see how we have trades from the top of the zone to the bottom. The fact that we're in the middle, I'm not comfortable taking a trade here. It wouldn't be comfortable, right? Because we could say, oh, but we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. We could just get into these buys to go up. Right, but what about externally? Externally, we could see that price low, high, right, swept these lows and then went right back to the highs and swept the highs. It didn't break. We're still just trading between these zones. So we don't have no confirmation of a break of structure to the top side to let us know that this is a break retest to continue, right? That's what this would be looking like. Now, if price, right, on Monday, if price would have given us a break of structure and then it would have given us this move where it went down and retest these zones, then yes, I would have 100% said, guys, 100% we're looking for price to continue because we broke these highs. But the fact that we just swept, right, we tested these highs the same way that we tested these lows makes me believe, and it allows us to understand that we're just still consolidating between these zones here. So until I do not get a break of structure, I will not be looking for a trade on gold. You know, I'll let the pro traders trade gold, right? I'll let the pro traders get into these trades and then let you know in their story, guys, we took a loss today, right? I'm not gonna be one of those traders, I promise. I'm just not gonna do that. We're gonna be patient. We know that we're still trading between these 30-minute highs and these 30-minute lows. 30-minute highs were tapped, which was the entry that we took with an engulfing candle to go back down to the bottom, right? Looking for price to at least go into these 30-minute lows. And then last but not least, no, not publish. Last but not least, Bitcoin. Not going to be anything crazy, right? Today we missed a trade. I wasn't home. All good. 372, we got an engulfing candle. As soon as we got the engulfing candle, gave us the retest for price to just go right back down to the bottom, right? We're looking at STP at 182 pips. If we would have gotten into this trade, our entry would have been here. 182 pips is STP. Our TP would have been hit over here. The entire move, literally. Which would have been 134 pips on Bitcoin, which is really 1,034. Sorry, I don't know math. 1,034 pips. Or I'm sorry, 1,340 pips. Again, I don't know math. Sorry. And we're still trading between higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high to lower low, change of character, lower high, lower low, break of structure. Right? This was the retest after the break of structure, and we got an engulfing candle. So Bitcoin was a 10 out of 10 Mona Lisa trade for today. If you caught this trade, beautiful. And again, every single pair is traded the exact same way. If you're looking at crypto, if you're looking at metals, if you're looking at even exotic pairs like USD ZAR is damn ZAR, come on. Anyway, change of character, pullback, break of structure, pullback, beautiful entry on ZAR. But spreads are crazy when market opens, so we wouldn't have been able to catch these trades anyway. But beautiful, right? Beautiful, beautiful move on USD ZAR. Oil, same thing. If you want to trade gases, natural gases, all of it is the exact same thing, guys. Same thing. Engulfing candle, we got the retest of the engulfing candle to go short, right? Same thing here. Lower low, lower high, lower low. The pullback, at the pullback we had a green green red engulfing candle. The next candle went up, gave us the retest to go right back down to the bottom, right? So every single pair, guys, is traded the exact same way. If you just stick to the plan and you trade your plan, that's all this takes in trading. So that's it for tonight's session. We'll be live tomorrow morning 6 a.m. Eastern for the live trading session. If you guys have any questions, you guys could always join the Discord. You could hit me up in the DMs, and you know, we'll answer your questions as best as we can. The link for the Discord will be in the chat. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, we'll be done for the night. Gonna give everybody a few seconds here before we end. Discord link is in the chat. That's tonight's class. Have a great night. We'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have our live trading session in the morning, and we'll have the last isolation session at 7 p.m. and then on Friday we'll have the live trading session, but no isolation session on Friday. And then we'll have our Sunday class, Sunday session, weekly market breakdown, either Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. We'll make a poll in the Discord and we'll see what people want to do. And we'll see what day we'll do that session. Alright, guys. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, bro. Good night. Good night, my brother. See you tomorrow morning. Alright, guys. Peace out.